We're back at Daikin Park for the start of a 3-game weekend series between the Guardians and the Astros. Today, Tatsuya Imai getting the ball, and he is going to have to follow up what's been a very nice couple of starts for the starting pitchers for the Houston Astros, starting with Hunter Brown, who made a splash in his return after 2+ months there, and then Peter Lambert the next day, 7 innings of 1-run ball. These are our power players presented by HEB. Talking about what these two did back-to-back games. Brown sending a jolt into a team altogether who looked to him for leadership. They looked to him for stability. They got both of that in that first start, and then they continue to be impressed with Peter Lambert and what he's done for the club this season, just pitching with more and more confidence. The staff as a whole really needed that too. And then this team got an off day yesterday, which was good for everybody, but including those pitchers. So today, Tatsuya Imai getting the ball against the Guardians. Like I said, Joe Espada said the focus is going to be on fastball execution and then getting ahead of a very passive lineup, especially against the lefties in this lineup. That fastball needs to be on point, Joe said. He does not care that Jose Ramirez isn't in this lineup. He said still a very pesky team, TK.
Yeah, they are 5th in the major leagues, Julian walks, so they will take some pitches today, and you've got to be in and near the zone, and that has been a challenge for Tatsuya Imai at times as he faces Cleveland for the first time tonight. You see Imai with the orange top going out there on the mound, making his 10th start of the season. Did not get through the first inning in his last start against the Kansas City Royals. Now back at home, where he has gone 11 innings in his last 2 starts with a total of 4 earned runs allowed. That was against Milwaukee and the A's. You see his overall numbers on the year with a 6.43 ERA. The home ERA slightly higher at 7.13. When he has been able to pitch deep in a game, 6 innings a couple of times against the Rangers and Milwaukee, he gets better as the game goes along. The challenge early for Imai has been those early inning issues with command. 10 walks in the first inning in his 9 starts.
And he's going to be facing a lineup, like Julia said, that will take their pitches. They are very patient at the plate. They're going to be led off by Travis Bazzana, Kyle Manzardo, Brian Rocchio, Reese Hoskins, Daniel Schneemann, Gabriel Arias, Khalil Watson, Patrick Bailey, and Stephen Kwan in that lineup. Travis Bazzana at the top, their #1 prospect. He was their #1 overall pick in 2024 out of Oregon State. But the rookie getting an opportunity here, 5 home runs on the season.
How about the Astros defense? It's presented by Xfinity. Yainer Diaz catching his 2nd game coming off the IL. He'll be behind the plate today for Tatsuya Imai. Coming off the off day, the regulars on the infield. Jeremy Pena at short alongside Isaac Paredes. Jose Altuve and Christian Walker on the right side. And your outfield today has Joey Loperfido in left. Jake Myers will be the center fielder. And Cam Smith, as usual, patrols right. Cam, Jordan, and Christian Walker all playing game number 76 on the season as the Astros are playing their 77th overall game. Astros coming in at 35-41. They are 6 games under 500. They have been no closer to 500 since they were 8-13, 21 games into the season. This is their 8th time since then with a chance to move to 5 games under. They are 0-7 their previous 7 games where they reached that 6 under point. Hopefully they can turn that around tonight. So we're ready to go on a Friday night, and Yainer Diaz initially having trouble communicating with Tatsuya Imai. The pitch comm is not working right out of the gates.
That's a bit of a buzzkill.
Josh Miller sending the new transmitter out to Yainer Diaz, and see if Tatsuya Imai can hear the signals. Apparently he can, and we're ready to go. Imai working with Yainer Diaz tonight as Travis Bazzana goes after the first pitch and singles into right field. Well, Imai found the zone, and the Guardians were not patient as they swing at the first pitch tonight, and Bazzana has himself a base hit to right.
Yeah, it goes against every scouting report we were even talking about. Just goes ahead and gets aggressive on the fastball in the zone. So Imai did his job, and so did Travis Bazzana.
Before Yainer Diaz went on the IL, he was not catching Tatsuya Imai. That was always Christian Vasquez's turn. So far this year, Imai has made 9 starts, and they have all been with Vasquez behind the plate. This will be the first time he is working with Yainer. Here's Kyle Manzardo. He's DHing today. Manzardo's had a good month of June with 1,041 OPS, and he goes after the second pitch and skies one down the line and left. It is slicing, and it's slicing foul. It'll be a 1-1 count.
It seems like the scouting report the Guardians are working off of is be aggressive on the fastball early and try and avoid that slider. If you get a fastball in the zone, it looks like they're ready to hit, at least for the first two hitters.
Astros with the off day yesterday. The Guardians played yesterday against Milwaukee and avoided a sweep against the Brewers with a 4-2 win. Now the Astros start a string of 13 games without an off day beginning tonight. There goes Bazana. The pitch is grounded foul. Bazana will have to come back. He is got 11 steals on the year and 14 attempts, and he just got called up at the end of April. The Astros didn't see him when they played in Cleveland first time around back in April. On the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, he was called up less than a week after the Astros left town. Fouled off of Yiner. Count stays 1-2. Caught him on the left hand, it looks like.
If it doesn't go right in the pocket of the glove, sometimes it can mess with your fingers, but it looks like he's looking at that left forearm.
Home plate umpire's Hunter Wendelstedt. He is checking on Yiner, making sure he's okay, and giving him as much time as he needs to regroup.
It's not necessarily the look of I'm ready to go. And he's going to fight through it.
Long hold by Tatsuya. He really had Bazana moving back and forth on the lead at first base with that long hold.
Yeah, exhausting that pitch clock, but that last pitch at 96.8 miles an hour, some velo in that 2-strike count.
Swing and a miss. Got him on a pitch up and in. Manzardo down on strikes. Imai picking up the first out with a K.
Good location on this fastball on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. That was at 97.3. So reached back, grabbed a little bit more, and put it in a great spot up and into the left-handed hitting Manzardo.
Imai has had 6 pitches this year, register at 98. So 97.3 is near the top end of his fastball arc. That slider misses off the plate to Brian Rocchio. See the numbers for Rocchio against the Astros. He has always hit well against Houston. He was kind of the second leadoff hitter at the bottom of their order for most of the year. 62 games in that 9 spot. This one passed Altuve into right field. Cam Smith was thinking he was going to get a chance to throw out Bazana, but Travis put on the brakes. As Ruglis Odor, the third base coach, said, we're not going to challenge Cam on that base hit.
Yeah, probably a good idea. There you can see Altuve pulled over there. A little bit of a late jump as he tried to go over there and knock that ball down in the hole. Not able to get there. And a good choice not to run on Cam's arm.
Yeah, fewer and fewer teams are running on Cam these days, as the word has gotten around that he possesses one of the better throwing arms in the American League. Now first and second with 1 out, and Rhys Hoskins the batter. A couple of singles in the inning for the Guardians. And no matter what happens in this inning, if Imai gives up a third hit and the Guardians score a run, I think Joe Espada and Josh Miller prefer this kind of rally as opposed to walking a couple of guys leading up to the 4-hitter.
Absolutely. The Astros defense is good too. You've got to give them an opportunity to try and pick you up. The one thing that they can't defend, and that's why we talk about true outcomes, is the walks, the home runs, the hit by pitches, those kinds of things. You've got to be able to give them an opportunity to maybe dazzle you a little bit with their defense. And who knows, maybe you get that ground ball right at somebody for that double play.
Hoskins fouls one away, 1-2.
Let's talk about the outfield arms presented by Lone Star College. We know the Cam out there in right field is that red light. You're going to have to get a pretty good jump or have him deep if you're going to test that arm. Loperfido's got a pretty good arm and playing shallow here at Dyken Park. And Jake Myers, we've just seen that green light's been dictated by opposing teams against him.
Hoskins takes the pitch down. It's 2-2. A lot of teams who see Imai for the first time have a tough time with that slider because of the variety of directions it'll move. Sometimes moves into righties, sometimes moves away from righties, sometimes just drops down and acts like a changeup. Swing and a miss at a slider. Strikeout number 2 for Imai as Hoskins down.
You could sense that he wanted to get him with that slider, and he did. You see the grip on our mattress from Supermo. That thing just bails out below the swing of Rhys Hoskins.
That was the one that moved away from a righty. Believe it or not, he can throw a slider that moves away from a lefty. It's remarkable how he can manipulate the same pitch to turn 2 different ways. That might have been one of those that started on the outside corner and drifted off the reverse spin, almost like a knuckleball. Or a screwball, rather.
Sorry, the last 3 hitters now have seen a first pitch slider. So he's kind of gotten off the fastball with the first 2, taking early swings.
Now 1-1 count to Schneemann. Guardians lineup is without 3 of their key pieces, all injured Saturday, 6 days ago in a game against the Tigers in a span of 4 innings. Stephen Vogt said it's going to take a little while for this offense to get on track with the absence of their 3 big weapons. Jose Ramirez fractured a hamate bone. Angel Martinez was also injured with a broken bone on a foul ball on his foot, left foot fracture, and Chase DeLauder had a right rib cage fracture. They're running into the wall, and Vogt said it's going to take some time for the offense to find its rhythm and cadence without those 3 in there. Those 3 represented 42% of their home runs, 28 out of 67 at the time of their injury.
That is a healthy amount of your offense disappearing in a hurry. Ouch.
In 4 innings. A 4-inning span.
Yeah, it's not as if this lineup was lighting it up to begin with.
Swing and a miss. Imai picks up 3 strikeouts as he gets Schneemann swinging to end the inning. All swinging Ks for Tatsuya. Astros will have Jeremy Pena, the big man, Yordan Alvarez, and then Christian Walker due up facing Tanner Bybee.
Dock included to stream the beautiful game this summer.
We've got your Astros starting lineup. It's presented by Whataburger. Jeremy Pena at the top, followed by Yordan Alvarez and Christian Walker. Then you have Isaac Paredes, Jose Altuve, Yainer Diaz, Cam Smith, Joey Loperfido, and Jake Myers are the last 2 in the lineup. But how about Jose Altuve, career .297 hitter against the Guardians. Except this season, he's 0 for 14, so hoping to turn that around in this series.
Tanner Bybee on the mound for the Guardians, and his first pitch to Pena is called a strike by Hunter Wendelstedt. It's 0-1.
Bybee, a first pitch challenge.
Oh, it is a challenge. Pena on the very first pitch of the inning.
Wow.
Is going to challenge this, and he's going to win it by, wow, less than 1/10 of an inch.
That's a smidge.
Pena now 2 for 3 in challenges on the season, and challenged the very first pitch at the bottom of the first. I think that's a new one for us. He's not going to have to challenge that one.
Yeah, that was a big miss, huh?
How did Jeremy know? Tanner Bybee, in his 16th start of the year, no Guardian starter has made more starts. One of them came against the Astros back on April 22nd at Progressive Field. Didn't pitch poorly, but didn't get any run support as the Astros won that game 2-0. Went 6 innings and allowed 2 runs against Houston. Now Pena swings at the 2-0 cutter. It's 2-1. Jeremy has been good since coming off the IL, hitting .288 with an .801 OPS in 28 games off the injured list. And he takes that pitch for a strike. It's 2-2. Bobby overall has made 4 career starts against Houston. His numbers are 0-1 with a 4.09 in those 4 starts. Bobby tonight, lefty Joey Cantillo tomorrow, and righty Slade Ciccone on Sunday facing the Astros. Out one wide, it's 3-2. Pena sends one in the air into right center field. Daniel Schneemann gives way to Khalil Watson playing his second major league game. The rookie makes the catch for out number 1. Now Yordan Alvarez gives his salute to the opposing manager, and the opposing manager continues to dread it. Stephen Vogt was asked about Yordan before the game, and he said he's simply one of the best offensive forces in baseball right now. There's really no way to attack him. He said against our team back in Cleveland, he had a lot of base hits the other way, which shows you how good of a hitter he is.
Yeah, that just screams professional hitter.
This time he goes the other way, but it's playable. Stephen Kwan will come in and make the catch for out number 2. Only the 3rd time Yordan has been retired by Bobby. He's now 4 for 7. So 2 outs. Here's Christian Walker. See Walker's numbers on the year. He is 3rd in runs batted in, trailing his teammate Yordan Alvarez and the AL leader for the A's, Nick Kurtz. Christian has good numbers against Bobby. 3 for 8 with a double, a home run, and a walk. He's never struck out facing this right-hander as he takes the first pitch wide, 1-0. Astros winners of 15 of their last 25 coming into tonight. And is tied with the Mariners for the best record in the American League in that stretch. Only the Yankees have been better over the course of those last 4 weeks or so. Fastball finds the bottom of the zone. It's 2-1. Ball stayed up and in. It's 3-1. That's a strike on the outside corner.
Challenging the first call.
Christian Walker is going to challenge. And a big smile from Patrick Bailey. He's going to feel like the Astros might lose this one, and they do.
Strike. The Astros have 1 challenge remaining in the game.
Walker was 7 for 10 in challenges, ABS powered by T-Mobile, but he's missed 3 on this homestand. He's now 7 for 13.
He's falling apart.
Astros getting aggressive early on Hunter Wendelstedt. He's had the highest percentage of overturns per game so far in the new ABS system, 3.15 overturns per game.
That's aggressive.
We've had 1 already tonight with Pena. He's tied with Stu Sherwater of any umpires who have been behind the plate for 10 games or more.
I mean, we have access to some of the scouting reports and numbers like you're just talking about right here. We know hot cold zones on some of these umpires, but I can only imagine what some of the internal analytics are saying about these umpires for these hitters.
And maybe that's why we've seen so much of an aggressive nature early with challenges.
I agree.
Those numbers courtesy of scorecards on the overturns on Wendelstedt and Sherwater. Here's Isaac Paredes after the 2-out walk to Walker. See Isak's numbers on the year. On base percentage close to .390 here in June. And a first pitch strike to Paredes. One guy who we know won't challenge early is this guy.
I still think it's just because he doesn't panic. He's got a little, like, he's a right-handed Michael Brantley a little bit, where he gets the 2 strike counts and it doesn't, he's just not fazed by it. He knows the zone so well, and he doesn't fear hitting in those 2 strike counts.
Isaac says he likes to wait till later in the game, and he is a perfect 6 for 6 in challenges this year. Only C.J. Abrams of the Nationals has been better in the major leagues at 7 for 7. One pitch is fouled just below us. It's 1-2.
So it sounds like Isaac is willing to sacrifice those early at bats to maybe save a challenge or 2 for later in the game, when maybe it means a little bit more, or has a better idea of how the game is shaping up to be.
Yeah, because now you're on your heels a little bit with one challenge already taken away. You want to be 100% sure at this point. This ball hook foul down the left field line.
Isaac up into the Jim Beam club bar. Do you think when a hitter misses a challenge early that the pitchers go, hey guys, you guys are done? That was your one challenge. We get 2 challenges a game. If you blow up the first one, the next one's for the pitchers.
Yeah. That's a base hit to right field. Christian Walker thinking about first to third. He's going to put his head down and get there. Throw goes back to second and it gets away. Walker's going to score. Christian almost fell over on his way to the plate, but he stays on his feet and scores the first run of the game on the throw that got past the infield.
That's definitely something you don't anticipate here at the big league level, but it does happen. Force the other team to make plays, but how about Isaac doing a great job on a changeup, hanging back and hitting it hard the other way. Christian Walker was going first to third. Khalil Watson's throw comes in and just gets through the wickets of Bazana and gets past everybody and allows Christian Walker to get in.
Wow. No play to be made and a throwing error, scoring the run. Now Jose Altuve bats with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. A single and an error on the rookie Khalil Watson to allow the run to score.
I believe Bazana's got to do everything he can to keep that ball from getting past him.
Oh, you're right. That pitch just misses. Oh, it's called a strike. Delayed call by Hunter. It's 1-1. Astros have done a nice job, Plummer, going down to their final out of the inning.
You know what I like to call that? That's 2-out lightning right there. That drives pitchers nuts. Get to 2 outs, think you're going to get out of the inning, and then run score can be frustrating. And now you're adding to that pitch count too for Tanner Bybee.
It's going to be at least 24 pitches here in the first for Bybee. Altuve grounds one foul.
So back to that play. Khalil Watson bringing that throw in. Right about right here, Bazana's got to find a way to get that ball and not let it get past him, because you could see that Rocchio wasn't backing him up. Arias is over there trying to cover third base.
That's just a bad error. That was really an unforced error.
Oh, I like it. That's exactly what it was.
2-2 pitch. Altuve down on strikes. Jose,
wow,
fires the helmet down. He's frustrated out of the gates of this one coming off the off day. Astros lead 1-0. The largest impact on their team Phillies losing Adolis Garcia, the Yankees losing Aaron Judge, the Guardians losing Jose Ramirez, or the Braves losing Spencer Strider. Go to @SpaceCityHN. Use the hashtag Stropole. A lot of key guys down in various teams. See who wins tonight. We'll have results later on. Strike two, Gabriel Arias, who is just back after being on the IL for 60 days with a hamstring injury. Played a 10-game rehabilitation assignment and now back in the Guardians lineup. We probably won't see him all 3 games in this weekend. They're watching and monitoring his status. He's played in 3 of the 4 coming back off the IL. Oh, and 2 the count. And Imai gets a foul tip and a 3-pitch strikeout. That's 4 strikeouts for Imai, all the outs via the K.
Well, that's a good sign early on. Usually that's where we see the struggles of Tatsuya, but right now he's able to get ahead and get to those slider counts, and he's making them count.
Here's Khalil Watson playing his second major league game. Went 0 for 4 in Milwaukee yesterday. A couple of strikeouts. He was just recalled Wednesday. Former Marlins first-round pick. Traded to Cleveland in the Josh Bell deal and making his debut yesterday. Made a really nice catch in right field. Tonight he has an error already. And Tatsuya gets ahead 0-2. Imai with 5 for 5 strikes in this inning.
I like this version.
We have a special guest joining us next half inning. One of our favorites, Stephen Okert, is going to join us from the bullpen.
From the bullpen. It's going to be exciting.
He's an entertaining conversation. Swing and a miss. Tatsuya Imai. All 5 outs via the strikeout. Khalil Watson down.
This was the slider that backed up and maybe had the bottom of it drop out of it a little bit. You see it right there on our matches from Supermo. Khalil thought he was on it, and then it just disappears below the zone and the swing.
Now Patrick Bailey. Bailey hits it sharply into left center field. That'll be down for a hit. Jake Myers will play it back in. Bailey going after the first pitch. Singles with 2 outs. Now a word from Woodlands Church.
At Woodlands Church, there's a place for everyone. We don't have all the answers, but we're looking to the one who does.
Now Stephen Kwan, the batter. Kwan is hitting 9th in the lineup, not only for the first time this year, but for the first time since 2022. He's in a 3 for 21 slump right now as he takes a first pitch fastball at the top of the zone for a strike.
He's just got some strange numbers. Never expect him to really be a power guy. He can quick snatch you on a pitch that you leave out over the plate, but he's always been an on-base monster with pretty good average. But the OPS at 528 coming into this game, a little shocking.
And his career on base percentage against the Astros is almost 400, 388.
Yeah, our version of Stephen Kwan is a little skewed because of those numbers.
16 walks and 22 hits and 83 at bats against the Astros. So he's a guy that will force you in the zone. 37 walks on the year to only 29 strikeouts. And Imai misses the outside corner. It's 1-1. Tatsuya has allowed 3 hits so far. They've all been singles. Tatsuya is not a guy that really allows many hits in general. Just 29 hits all year in his 35 innings of work coming in, and has never allowed more than 5 hits in any start. Unusual to see the Guardians pick up 3 in the first couple of innings. But he has been throwing strikes for the most part, 20 out of 30, and there's a strike on Kwan. It's 2-2. And again, I think the Astros will take this version, giving up hits as opposed to giving up walks.
Well, I feel like you can work with this version a little bit better than saying just get on the plate with your fastball. You know, I mean, that you can keep yelling that, but until you actually start to accomplish that, then you can start moving that baseball around a little bit and trying to mix up your sequences. You know, Julia was talking about how this is a patient Guardians team, and the way you get teams to be impatient is by throwing strikes early. So it looks like he's trying to do that a little more consistently, is be inside that zone and force the swing, force action.
Swing and a foul tip, all 6 outs via the strikeout. Another slider for a strikeout. We'll talk to a guy who throws a lot of sliders next half inning. Steven Okert in a 1-0 Astros lead. It is a 1-0 game as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. We are very pleased to be joined by Steven Okert, who leads the Astros in games pitched and has been so kind to join us here from the bullpen. Oak, first of all, watching Tatsuya Imai throw sliders that go 2 different ways. You're a guy that throws sliders. Do you understand what's going on with those pitches?
No, not at all. I remember during the Sugarland series, that was the first time we got, you know, the movement numbers up on the board, and I'm looking over at Ethan and the rest of the guys asking, like, there's no way that's reading right? Like, it's going backwards. They said, no, like, that's how his goes. And I don't understand how he does it.
So you guys pay attention to the horizontal and all the breaks that are on the scoreboards around the league. You guys pay attention to that stuff pretty closely?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're out here trapped in a cage, so, you know, got to find something to look at.
Who's pelting you right now?
That would be Pearson.
Oh, looks like BK too.
Yeah, you got a couple extra friends all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, a couple extra out here. We got Burrows out here for the first time this year. How many times have you been in the bullpen? Okay. Said about 4, so pretty new out here.
How would you describe your role? Are you like the sheriff? Are you the good vibe guy? Are you like a babysitter? How would you describe your role within the bullpen?
Yeah, I would say babysitter. King's pretty good. But, you know, I got to watch out for AJ. He's a young guy. Teach him the right way to do things.
And now Burrows is a new guy. How do you ingratiate and welcome in a starter into your fold?
Honestly, just kind of let him do his thing. It's a weird day for him, so do whatever he needs to do today to get ready.
So we've noticed that throughout the course of the season, the bullpen is obviously an interesting place. It's its own environment out there. But in order to get to the bullpen, there's a particular bag and maybe a hat that needs to be worn out to the bullpen, and it's changed. And now AJ's wearing it, isn't he?
He is. That came from Vasquez. He bought that, and I got to the field one day, and he was all excited to give it to me to give to the rookie. And Santa was crushing it there for a few days, and then now it's on the blue ball. So.
Yeah, AJ didn't have it before Santa, but there's blue ball with it right here. We're showing the video with the pack combo.
I don't think the body language is really doing it justice.
No. He looks a little sad to be wearing it.
Yep.
Just a little bit, a little slouched over. Doesn't look too confident walking out here with it on.
So tell us about the dynamic with all you guys walk out at the same time, and then the closer comes out usually around the 3rd. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think Hader comes out in the 4th.
4th?
But yeah, the rest of us come down together. Whoever leads it, if we win the game, you continue leading until we lose, and then we swap.
So that, I mean, you're obviously showing a great deal of composure because you're being bombarded by sunflower seeds. So we appreciate you staying focused. What is preparation like for Steven Okert? Because it's interesting to me that we've seen you anywhere from the 1st inning to the 9th inning. So what is preparation on a daily basis for you? Because I've called you every day, Okert, and it seems like you pitch every time that phone rings.
Yeah. First call Steve, they've been calling me out here. But typically, you know, the first probably 3 innings, just kind of out here hanging out, watching the game, talking about random stuff. And then as the game progresses, obviously, you know, somebody has a long inning, start rolling out and get your bands in and everything and get ready for the game.
All right, so 2 trips from now, not this trip coming up, is Toronto, Detroit. After that, we're heading to D.C. You just joined the team last year. Washington played here, so now you're back in D.C. Oh, we're not going to have time to get to the video. Oak, thank you so much.
Yep, no problem.
Appreciate
You're the
the
best. Thank you, man.
Thanks. Steven Okert joining us here in the 2nd. It's time for the Shiner Spotlight. We were starting to go to this question about Stephen Okert taking the bullpen cart in D.C. at Nationals Park. He did this as a Twin on May 22nd, 2024, and he will be returning as an Astro for the first time since this happened. And there's also a little...
There's more.
There's more. After Okert got out of the cart, we have to see what happened. Because Okert tips the driver.
You don't want to ruin your Uber rating. You got to tip.
What a classy move for Oak. And during the break, we told him we were going to show that video. And obviously, Joey Loperfido swung at the first pitch and didn't give us time. But he said he's probably going to do that again.
Oh, I love it. That's so good.
When the Astros go back to D.C. in about 10 days from now.
Said he wants to save his legs. Got to use the Uber.
Gotta love a personality that will do that. This ball hit pretty well the other way. Travis Bazzana bidding for a home run to the Crawford boxes, and he hits the top of the wall in the corner, bouncing back to Joey Loperfido. That was a fair ball, but not over the wall, so that'll be a leadoff double for Bazzana.
The hope was it would twist foul and it'd just be a long strike, but this one just stays inside that foul pole and hits off the blue sign on our Matches from Supermo at the top of the manual scoreboard.
Bazzana's 11th double of the year since debuting in late April. Now Kyle Manzardo the batter. Manzardo struck out his first time up. There's that slider that Stephen Okert said no one could figure out. It's 0-1.
I mean, we see it from the vantage point that we have with our center field camera, and we do have some of the metrics, but at the same time, hearing a professional pitcher say the same thing about that slider kind of reinforces what we're seeing. And it's just an odd, different slider that has a rare move. I wish we could zoom in and see how much that tip actually was.
I wish we could have talked to him about this.
Yeah, he would have told us for sure.
Whenever we have a great guest, it's a quick inning.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah, no offense to the others.
This ball into center. Too shallow, you would think. Bazzana's going to tag here, but Jake is not going to be tested as the throw comes into short. That is out number one. So good job not advancing the runner for Imai to get that first out. First out that was not a strikeout. Now Brian Rocchio the batter. Now Rocco Baldelli was the manager of the Twins at the time, and we can talk more with Okert about this on the DC trip, but Baldelli told him he already told Baldelli, hey, I'm thinking of coming in on the cart. Not a lot of visitors do, but I'd like to try it. And Rocco was basically like, you better tip the guy. So he brought cash out to the bullpen, apparently.
It's outstanding. Hey, you don't want to misrepresent the Minnesota Twins. A reputation.
According to the Nationals broadcasters that I was texting with earlier today, he's the only visitor they can remember that's taken the card in.
Really?
Sean Doolittle did it all the time.
Yep.
As a home pitcher, and I think they said Law did it a few times, but not visitors very often.
I wonder why that is.
I just think people are used to running in. Oh, this ball could be trouble down the line and right, and that's going to be an RBI double for Rocchio. So in to score Bazzana. Rocchio's thinking about 3, but he's going to hold up as Cam Smith gets the ball back in. RBI double ties the game at 1 apiece in the third.
Gets a slider. This one maybe just kind of settled out over the plate. Didn't really have much break to it. Just kind of fell in there. And Rocchio took advantage of it. We talked about the good numbers he has against the Astros as well, hitting out of that 9 spot. Now, with the injuries, thrust into that 3 spot, picks up an RBI to tie this game up.
Both doubles coming on 2-0 pitches from Imai. Now Rhys Hoskins the batter. Hoskins struck out his first time up, takes a pitch off the plate, 1-0. 5 hits, tying the most allowed by Imai in any start as an Astro. Gave up 5 hits to the Mariners, Twins, and A's. And now the Guardians joining that list. That pitch is a strike. It's 1-1. Runner going to third, and the ball is crushed to left. Rhys Hoskins just connects on a 2-run home run deep into the Crawford boxes. Hoskins' 7th home run of the year. And the Guardians have taken a 3-1 lead here in the third.
Well, Rhys actually expanded the zone and went below it to get this slider. So second time through, it seems like the Guardians are making the adjustment. At least Rocchio and Hoskins so far, because they hit that slider with authority. They had to go down and scoop that one out of here.
So 3 extra base hits in this inning. A couple of doubles and a home run, and now Daniel Schneemann misses the slider down and in. He's now the most hits allowed for Tatsuya in any start in the major leagues. Off the plate, 1-1.
There you go. Some of these teams around the league making the adjustments second time through against Tatsuya Imai.
Hopefully he gets to a 3rd time through the lineup tonight, because that's where it flips back in his favor. He's been really good 3rd time through the lineup. Hitters are just 1 for 17.
But again, a lot of the pitch usage for Imai is heavy on the fastball, heavy on the slider. Not very many splits, changeups. So you start to eliminate pitches as a hitter. He gets him right there with 97. But you give me a 50-50 chance. That's better than most.
Now I hear what you're saying. So it almost feels like you can mix in some more changes as this career moves along.
Yeah, just something. I mean, you've got to have that. Starters are good because they have 3 or 4 pitches, and it keeps you off balance. You don't necessarily have to throw them all 25% of the time, but you've got to be able to have it in your back pocket ready to fire just in case. Or else I can key on the fastball. I can try and hit off the fastball if you only have a slider to back it up.
Pitch to Gabriel Arias is down as 2-0.
Just the swing and miss ability's there. Strikeouts, my goodness. I know he's given up probably more hits than he has in his major league career so far, but still the swing and miss plays.
There you go.
Again.
In a 2-0 count.
Mm-hmm.
Seven of the 8 outs today have been strikeouts. He's already 2 away from his career high in Ks. Now he's got a little tapper foul. It's 2-2.
12 whiffs in this game so far.
How about it?
Yeah. He's thrown 1 changeup in this game, 27 sliders, 22 fastballs. He's got 9 swings and misses at the slider in this game.
Yeah, the split finger changeup curveball combo, those 3 pitches add up to about 5% of his repertoire. Wow. So like you said, it's all fastball slider.
Mm-hmm. The one thing you do know about his slider, it's going to be down in the zone. You just don't know which way it's going to break once it's down in the zone.
Little tapper that's going to go fair. Yainer Diaz will make the play to first for the final out of the inning. 2-run home run and an RBI double, giving the Guardians a 3-1 lead.
Spent Father's Day at Dad's favorite spot, Daikin Park. Catch the Astros take on these Guardians this Sunday, June 21st, presented by Houston Methodist. Celebrate with your dads, granddads, and father figures who make life extra memorable. Get your tickets now at astros.com/Father's Day.
Here's Jake Myers leading off the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Jake facing Tanner Bybee for the 2nd time in his career. The first time went very well for Myers as he went 3 for 3 against him last June the 8th. That was a game in Cleveland. Jake takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Myers, then the top of the order, Jeremy Pena and Yordan Alvarez against Bybee. Jake misses the cutter and gets behind in the count, 0-2. Astros with 1 run on 1 hit. They scored a run on an error. The Guardians answered with 3 runs in the 3rd. That one's wide, 1-2. Bybee's a guy that can get swing and miss within the zone. He is 4th in the major leagues in that category. Trailing Dylan Cease, Jacob Mizorowski, and Chase Burns, but ahead of Paul Skeens. This ball sent to right field, hit pretty well, but playable. Rookie Khalil Watson makes the catch for out number 1. Julia.
Hey, I've got the dugout report. It's presented by Jack in the Box talking Jeremy Pena, who had a nice game on Wednesday. 2 hits there. One of them a home run, a line drive home run, his 4th of the season. He said, I had to make sure it was headed out, sprinted out of the box. Said, like I always do, because I'm one of the guys who don't always hit moonshots, so we have to run those out. But he said, always good to get one in the Crawford boxes. And Joe talked about him and others in that game on Wednesday, TK, saying good approach. He likes what he was seeing.
Almost hit another, Julia. Yes,
he did.
On cue, Jeremy Pena hits the top of the wall. He was flying down the first because he wasn't sure, but it just got out off the top of the yellow line. JP3 with home runs in back-to-back games. And the Astros within 1. It's now 3-2.
Should I just let Julia call this?
Yes.
She called it. Pena with another linea. That's exactly what he did previously that Julia was talking about. Now she has a dugout report for tomorrow. It's just another dugout report waiting to happen.
Julia, while they do the review, what do you think? You called it.
Well, I did call it. I'm hoping this all goes well. I wasn't ready for my video.
Yeah,
that's over.
Yep.
That's over. You don't need to make those plays, though. You just got to wait for the ball to get to you.
Well, if you're going to do it, make the play.
Yeah, that's over. That's over. I mean, it hit, almost broke his phone.
I was going to say, he's going to have to head over and get a new phone after this. But I'm with you. It looks like it's over the yellow line.
Yeah, he did wait. I'll give him, after further review, he did wait. You just don't want to lean over the fence, and he did wait for that ball to cross the yellow line. I do not think this will get overturned. But how about Pena running hard down the line? We say this all the time. If you have a little league player, you want to watch one guy on the Astros.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Pena's the guy to watch.
Yeah, especially how to play the game. He got a curveball, smashed it, but immediately out of the box, he had to wait till he saw it out. But that's literally how he breaks out of the box every single time.
It's a home run.
Oh, light him up.
Get to celebrate a second time, and now that guy's on TV.
Yeah, I think he had to borrow his girlfriend's phone.
He saved the beer, but he went after it with the phone.
Smart.
So now it's a 3-2 game. Well, Jeremy. Nice play by that Altuve fan. Jordan taking a strike. Jordan starting the day with a 24-game on-base streak. Hitting .371 during that stretch with 9 home runs. Takes a pitch off the plate. It's 1-1. Jordan continues to lead all of baseball in most important categories, including OPS at 1,070. There's no other major leaguer at 1,000. Now it's 1-2.
It's a great pat path. Got on playing early, short 2, long through.
Put the
Sacrificed the phone in the process. What did Mom always say? Put the phone down.
He did everything right except for put the phone down and make the play. I think the phone hurt his chances of making the catch.
Yeah, definitely did. It's good for phone calls, not good for catching.
2-2 to Jordan. 4 for 7 in his career now against Bybee with a flyout his first time up, and now he's 4 for 8 with a strikeout as Bybee gets him for his 4th strikeout of the night.
Something I've noticed the first time in a couple of batters through is that more sinkers being thrown from Bybee. We were kind of told that by the visiting broadcast booth, but he's been using the 4-seam fastball in 2-strike counts elevated.
Kind of like we just saw.
Yeah, we got the strikeout on Jordan with it, and you also got the strikeout of Altuve with that elevated 4-seam fastball.
By the way, because of its line drive trajectory, that was not a Crawford box special, even though it just flew into the first row.
Interesting. So it had a little carry on it past what would, if the Crawford boxes weren't there?
Correct. 3 out of 30.
Okay.
So we still don't have our first Astros Crawford box special on the year.
Somebody's got to break out the pitching wedge and drop one in there.
6 Crawford box specials this year, including one in the last game by the Tigers. Kerry Carpenter have all been hit by visitors this year. That was the only run, by the way, that Peter Lambert allowed.
He's been pretty good.
Oh, he was so good the other day on Wednesday.
Yeah, the back-to-back starts of Hunter Brown and Peter Lambert were really nice.
Walker tries to hold up on an 0-2 pitch off the plate and does. It's 1-2. Yeah, Peña's would have gone out here, San Diego's Petco Park, and Wright Field in Chicago.
Wow.
The ones that are Crawford box specials are the ones with a little loft to it.
Yeah, you got to get that high trajectory and just parachute it into the first row.
Two and two the count to Walker, who walked his first time and scored a run. That's going to be a called third strike on the outside corner. Walker down looking. Fish strikeout for Bybee. Here's the fan after he saw the reviews. Kept it as a home run. He's celebrating with everybody else at Dyken Park. It's a 3-2 game. Baseball now a one-run game. Astros down 3-2 as Khalil Watson leads things off. He struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Watson was just recalled on Wednesday with all those injuries for the Guardians. Now taps a foul. It's 1-1. 56 games at AAA Columbus this year, hitting .255 with a dozen home runs and 15 stolen bases. Goes after that slider down. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Tatsuya Imai with 8 strikeouts, one off his season and career high. Tied for the second most. He also did it against the A's. Out number 1 in the 4th. Julia.
Time now for Allstate Good Hands. Yainer Diaz back in the Astros lineup Tuesday, coming back from injury. He caught Hunter Brown, and he was gunning down runners. Lee caught stealing in the second inning, so it was a nice early highlight, firing up Hunter and the team. Good for Yainer, too, as he was looking forward to just getting back and helping out this club, making an impact immediately back there. I needed a runner on for this story so he could throw somebody out. I'm on one right now after Peña's story.
We can throw it down to you if they get a runner on.
There you go. Set you up.
Patrick Bailey, the batter, he singled his first time up on the first pitch he saw. Now he takes a couple of pitches. This is a bat. It's 1-1. Tatsuya struck out 9 A's over 5 2/3 innings in his first win as an Astro on April the 4th. And struck out 8 more A's in his next start against them on June the 6th. Now he's got 8 strikeouts against the Guardians as Bailey down in the count 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ties his career high with a 9th strikeout. Down goes Patrick Bailey for the second out of the inning. Now this from Taquerias Rondas.
I'm Jeremy Pena of the Houston Astros, and my favorite food is at Taquerias Arandas.
The Guardians as a group don't strike out a whole lot. 3rd fewest in the American League and 6th fewest in the major leagues. But that hasn't deterred Tatsuya Imai today with 9 strikeouts already. And he got Stephen Kwan his first at bat. He's one of the hardest guys to strike out in baseball. Kwan
got him with that slider.
Kwan batting for the second time. How many of the 9 are on the slider? 7 or? A lot of them, huh?
Yes, 7 of them.
7, wow.
There's only got 2 on the fastball.
Kwan hits the ball to right, backing up Cam Smith, and he will reach up and make the play. Not the most direct route for Cam, but he made the play anyhow as he went back on that backhand play, robbing Stephen Kwan.
Great play and adjustment on that ball, moving away from him. Cam Smith making that play to end the inning. Our aerial coverage from the wire cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy. Beautiful Friday night here at Dyken Park.
Isaac Paredes will lead things off against Tanner Bybee here in the 4th. Bybee has retired all 3 leadoff hitters in this game. That has been problematic for him on the season, as he's allowed a 1,061 OPS to leadoff hitters on the year with a .712 slugging percentage. But today he has retired Pena, Yainer Diaz, and Jake Myers, all 3 leadoff hitters to this point. Now Isaac will try and turn that around down to the count 0-1. That's going to be.
The hitter is challenging the strike call.
It's going to be a challenge by Paredes as he puts his perfect record on the line. He is 6 for 6 on the year. Hunter Wendelstedt calls it a strike, and he's 7 for 7.
These are some close misses that the Astros are challenging and winning.
Less than 1/10 of an inch for the second time tonight. Pena on the first pitch of the game.
Barely get Isak's baseball card in between there. Man.
Isak stays perfect by the slimmest of margins.
He knows what he's doing. Trust him.
1-1 pitches off the plate, 2-1.
That's impressive.
Wendelstedt's got to be like, you got to be kidding me with some of these overturns. Like 2 of them at less than 1/10 of an inch.
What are you talking about? Hunter's having flashbacks to the 90s.
That ball skied into right center field. Right fielder Watson coming in, and there's 1 away. Make the All-Star Game an All-Stros game. Send your Houston Astros to Philadelphia this summer with the 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot. You can vote 5 times daily at Astros.com/vote. Here's Jose Altuve, who struck out his first time up. We saw Altuve react by firing his helmet down after that strikeout. That's unusual for Tuve, especially first at bat of a game.
Yeah, it was fired up.
It was after the first pitch. It's 0-1. Asking Hunter Wendelstedt for time and is granted time.
Probably mad at me for bringing up the fact he came into this game 0-for-14 against the Guardians, trying to change that. Usually he puts up some pretty solid numbers against this pitching staff, even as good as they've been over the years.
Yeah, he sees this uniform on the other side and says, I usually hit well.
Yeah.
What's going on? Bybee has had good success against Jose. He's 0-for-6 lifetime against Tanner. Now one wide, 1-2. That's a strike, and the
hitter is challenging the strike call.
Astros' Jose Altuve will challenge this one from Hunter Wendelstedt. Jose has the most overturns of any of the Astros, and he's going to add another one.
Pitch and overturn to a ball.
That's his 11th overturn in 16 challenges, and that one was well off.
That was a little more 90s, era. Going from way back, you could put a couple more baseball cards in between that one.
So Tuve wins another overturn. That's 3 overturns out of 4 for the Astros today.
Oh, no.
Got Hunter Wendelstedt on that foul ball, and Hunter has not moved very much since that foul ball.
That's not good. Yeah, the ones that don't have that glancing blow and have that kind of that firm ricochet, you kind of worry about. But this one squared him up pretty good. High fastball fouled straight into the mask of Hunter.
Wow.
Yeah, that thing stopped, didn't it?
See Patrick Bailey with an immediate concern. The Carapazzo, the crew chief, running down from first, along with the other umpires checking on his status.
He's doing all right. Made a face at the other umpires. Wendelstedt family notorious for having the nickname Blue over the years. A lot of time umpiring in that family. His father was an umpire for a very long time as well.
His father, Harry Wendelstedt, a long-time crew chief. 2-2 the count to Tuve. That one's wide and the count's full. Called third strike. Altuve down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Bybee in the second out in the 4th.
Fastball fooling Altuve. Caught a lot of the plate. Didn't pull the trigger, and he knew it.
Yeah, he wanted that pitch back.
Yep.
Now Yainer Diaz. Bybee has thrown 9 consecutive first pitch strikes going back to the beginning of the second inning, and now he's 10 for 10, but this one is hit hard to the wall. Yainer's going to think about 2, put his head down and go for second. The throw by Kwan is high and over the bag, played there by Bazana. That's a double for Yainer Diaz.
Yainer getting aggressive, but he got a hanging changeup. He was able to stay back on it long enough to keep it fair and hit it hard enough to shoot it into that left field corner. Kwan has 5 assists on the season, and Yainer was going to challenge him, but that throw off line, he gets into second easy.
It's now an opportunity for another 2-out run for the Astros. Runner at second for Cam Smith. Cam takes a pitch down, and that breaks the string of 10 consecutive first pitch strikes. Chopper towards third. One big hop for Arias. His throw is low, and it bounces to Manzardo for the final out of the inning. Actually, that was Hoskins over at first for the final out of the inning. Astros down 3-2 after 4. Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Gallery Furniture. Buy your furniture today. Gallery Furniture delivers free tonight. By Uber Eats. Open the Uber Eats app and order a Maine bird to receive a discount on multiple menu items. And by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Fun can't lose. 3-2 Guardians lead. All the runs scoring in the third inning as Tatsuya Imai will face Travis Bazzana, who's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Top of the order facing Imai, third time through the lineup. Bazzana has 2 of the 6 hits. The Guardians did get all their runs second time through the lineup, but then Blummer turns around third time through.
Does big time. I mean, that's pretty aggressive. We'd like to see him get in there. He hasn't done it too many times. That's why the numbers might be a little exaggerated with a 0.59 batting average against, but at the same time, it does look like he's getting a little more comfortable. And I think the swing and miss in this game is very encouraging to Josh Miller, the pitching coach, and Joe Espada, the manager of the Astros.
2-0 count again for Bazzana. Last time he doubled. This one he hits one to the track for out number 1 in the 5th. All in, all the time is presented by Daly and Black. All the Guardians do, it seems, is play close games, and they are the best at it in the major leagues. Nobody with a better record in games decided by 2 runs or fewer since last year.
That's a stressed fan base. You're gonna watch those tight ball games, getting just enough offense, just enough pitching. Competing in that American League Central, trying to fend off the White Sox.
They play a lot of tight games, and they have one of the game's best closers in Cade Smith.
Yeah, he's been a real bright spot for them out of that bullpen.
So they get a lead, and they often go to Cade Smith. Last time for an inning and a third to wrap up that series against Milwaukee. Little tapper foul. It's 1-2 to Manzardo. There is Stephen Vogt, reigning American League Manager of the Year, back-to-back seasons. He and the Brewers' Pat Murphy, who just went head-to-head, both have won the last 2 Managers of the Year. This one popped high in the air on the infield. Isaac Paredes calling off Yainer Diaz, and that's the second out.
Tomorrow on SCHN, we have coverage of Big 3 basketball live from the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. Tune in at 5:30 as the Houston Rig Hands, coached by Hall of Famer Calvin Murphy, take on Julius Erving's Chicago Triplets.
Here's Brian Rocchio, 2 outs, base is empty.
I wonder if my daughters get naming rights out of that.
I was waiting for that.
I mean, they were born in 05 when I was with Chicago, so I don't know. I'm sensing a theme there.
Well, Julius Erving coaching.
I'd show up just for Julius.
How about it?
And Calvin.
And Murph.
Yeah, man.
So if you're wondering why we're not on the air, because our game's going to be on Fox tomorrow. It'll be a Fox broadcast for 6:15 first pitch. Spencer Arrighetti and Joey Cantillo. Then we'll be back with you Sunday. 1-1 the count to Rocchio. He doubled in the first run for the Guardians. He is also 2 for 2, like Bazzana was before he flied out to the track and right. That's wide, 2-1.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
Yainer Diaz is going to challenge this one. The Astros have been very aggressive with challenges today. They've won 3 out of 4, and
The call is a ball. The Astros are now out of challenges.
Yainer loses that one. He has been pretty good on the year, 16 for 25, but that one was not a good challenge. Tatsuya Imai slider fools everybody, including Yainer. Rocchio just making sure he knows the correct count. It is 2-1. There you go, the Chicago triplets. That's got to be their favorite team.
It is now.
Oh, now we get another
The
challenge.
hitter is challenging the strike call.
We mentioned that Hunter has the most overturns of any umpire, averaging over 3 per game.
Pitch is a strike.
Hunter's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, we need a hydration break or something like World Cup. We need to regroup here, guys. We're getting a little chippy with the checks here, or the challenges.
So now the Guardians down to 1. The Astros are out of challenges. Has 2 correct calls in a row for Hunter are challenged. And it lines to third. Paredes makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Imai with a 1-2-3 fifth. We're halfway home. Guardians 3, Astros 2.
Time now for our Astros trivia question, powered by Reliant. We are going to ask you, name the player who played for both Houston and Cleveland and also played in the Final Four. That was your Astros trivia, powered by Reliant.
Great athlete.
Very.
On we go to the bottom of the 5th. Joey Loperfido leads things off. Joey lined out on the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning, lined out to second base. Joey grounds a foul. It's 1-1. Loperfido getting a chance to play the last 2 games. Started the final game against the Tigers and the first one here against Cleveland. The Astros playing a 3rd consecutive series against an AL Central team. We'll get another AL Central team on the next road trip. They'll start in Toronto and then they'll finish with the Tigers, and then they'll be back home with another AL Central team, the Twins, after that next road trip. So hanging out in this division in the AL Central, currently led by the White Sox, a percentage point ahead of Cleveland coming into tonight. The White Sox have been one of the surprise stories of the year.
Yeah, manager Will Venable has those guys pushing in the right direction. They've got a lot of exciting young talent playing really well.
Actually, the Tigers won tonight, so the White Sox are now half game behind Cleveland as this game is halfway through. Patrick Bailey checking on Hunter Wendelstedt again. There you see the updated stats, or the updated standings with the White Sox loss tonight. Two pitch is skied into center. Daniel Schneemann, 1 out. It's one of those years where every team in the American League is pretty much in the same boat, with the exception of maybe the Yankees, who are 45 and 28. Every other team in the American League is between 30 wins and 41 wins. Excuse me, 29 wins. The Red Sox have 29 wins and 41 wins. Everybody's bunched up within a small amount of games from top to bottom, with the exception of the Yankees, who are 45 and 28. This division, the Astros division, Seattle leads with a record of 39 and 37. We just showed you the Central Division leaders are the Guardians at 40 and 35. Those are not normal records for division leading teams nearing the halfway point. We'll reach the halfway point in Toronto on Tuesday. There you see the AL West.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mentioned this is the Astros' 8th opportunity to try to get within 5 games of 500 for the first time since early April. Myers down in the count 0-2. He was down in the count his first time. Would work the count to 2-2 and eventually fly out to right. This time on the ground. Rocchio circles it. Off balance throw. It's a good one. Hoskins with the stretch at first for out number 2. Julia.
10,000 fans will receive a Carlos Correa home bobblehead tomorrow, June 20th, presented by Houston Methodist. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions.
First bobblehead of the year.
About time.
See a lot of fans wearing the Altuve soccer jersey tonight.
Seems appropriate considering the timing and the worldwide event going on here in the United States and Canada. But yeah, it's a pretty good looking jersey, and they haven't kept it in the package. A lot of them are wearing it.
U.S. victorious today, 2-0 over Australia.
Yeah, that turned into a rugby match towards the end. My goodness.
That got a little chippy. U.S. has advanced to the knockout round with that win today. Pena down to the count, 0-2. Jeremy with a home run his last time. Hit one just over the wall and left for home run number 5 on the year. And home runs now in back-to-back games for JP. Ivy will give up his share of home runs. Since 2025, he's allowed 42 home runs. 27 last year. And 15 coming into tonight this year. Now 16 with the Pena home run. Good take by Jeremy. Astros out of challenges. It's 2-2. Astros were 3 for 4 as hitters with challenges today, including one successful one by Pena by less than 1/10 of an inch. This one he will not like, as though that was a good pitch. It was a strike on the outside corner. That'll be a strikeout for Bybee, his 7th. We're through 5 in a 3-2 game.
Welcome everyone back. The voice in the booth mentioning World Cup excitement happening here in Houston locally. There are a bunch of Dutch fans in the crowd, guys. If you look closely, there's a lot of orange in the crowd, so it's hard to differentiate there. But on the field, some special guests. So these 3 right here, they are Portugal legends playing for Portugal. They're retired now, but they are obviously ambassadors and still taking it in and still around. So they were on the field and really excited to see this place. One of them looked at me and was like, "We don't have this in Europe. This is so cool." They were really just having a great time learning about the game and the stadium, asking a lot of questions. Got to meet Jose Altuve, spent a lot of time with Jose and Joe Espada. Just I would look at them. They were just taking it all in. It was great. It was really cool to be around them.
Yeah, the thing that is stunning to me, and I should have expected this, I guess, but because there's so many different venues and countries play in different cities basically every game, that people travel like maniacs. Portugal was filling up downtown after the game on Wednesday, after their game with the Democratic Republic of Congo. They were all over downtown Houston and lined up like half of a city block near a restaurant near our house that was, I guess, told by people of Team Portugal that this is the barbecue place to go to, because I've never seen a line like this. But and then Julia mentioned the Netherlands are here. They're about to play Saturday, right?
You haven't seen the bus yet?
No.
Yeah, the double-decker bus they flew in. Yeah, that thing came off. They boated it in. It came in the Houston harbor there. Took it off the boat. They've been driving around. My wife sent me a video today of it driving behind her.
No way.
I swear to you. And we lost it. The family chat went bonkers. Well, you found the bus. Yeah, it's crazy. Tomorrow, Netherlands plays my motherland tomorrow, Sweden. So it'll be a great matchup. But the Netherlands are a pretty good ball club, too.
Yeah. Oh, their fans get after it.
Yeah.
And Julia's right. It's hard to see the orange through the Astros fans in the stands. But there are a lot of Team Netherlands fans here tonight. So, yeah, it's great for Houston. It's great for the U.S. to host a lot
of the Fan Fest just across the highway here in Edo. They're doing a good job at the Fan Fest there. NRG hosting those games. It's been a lot of fun to see a lot of these stories coming out of these cities across the United States, Canada.
We saw a bunch of people in the first Tigers game from Curacao behind the Tigers dugout.
Yep, they were waiting for Kenley Jansen to come out of that bullpen. There's some strong connections
Daniel Schneemann, the batter, with a 2-2 count. And he takes a pitch down. Tatsuya Imai going for 10 strikeouts. He's never had a 10 strikeout game as a major leaguer before. He's been sitting on 9 since the second out of the 4th. There we go.
Found one. They might be huge Astro fans because of the orange jerseys tonight.
Right. Got him. Strikeout number 10. Getting Schneemann number 10. First time ever for Imai in double figures in strikeouts in his big league career.
That slider was elevated, kind of cutting across the top of the zone to get the swing and miss. And there you go, career high. Ties the team high with Eric Getty, who had 10 punchies earlier. But yeah, it's a little bit of a groove, and this is that zone where he feels like he's getting stronger. That third time through the order, 85 pitches now in the game.
I mean, he continues to hold serve third time through. Now 1 for 22 against it. And 76 pitches plus coming into tonight. They were 1 for 18 against him. And he told Joe Espada a few starts ago when he went a season high 110 pitches, he's like, I can still go. Joe's like, yeah, but are you kidding me? Like, I got more left in the tank. He doesn't seem to fade as the pitch count elevates near triple figures.
No, a big indicator of that sometimes is the velocity. In the first inning, he was averaging 95.8 on his four-seam fastball. Here in the 6th so far, 95.2. So he's maintained the heater. He just picked up his 19th swing and miss.
The thing I love the most, he did it once before in Minnesota, but a 0 in the walks column.
That's huge.
That is absolutely huge for Tatsuya. Called third strike number 11. Imai punching some tickets tonight. 11 strikeouts. He has retired the last 11 Guardians. It's 3-2 Cleveland.
Time for Yellowwood bringing the lumber, and Jordan is back in Cleveland. Jordan facing Biden. He got a changeup, cutter, curveball. Keep in mind that curveball. He fouls off the changeup. He goes back to that curveball. And he made it look like slow pitch softball, hammering that one deep into the right field bleachers back on April 22nd. Wouldn't mind a repeat performance here leading off this inning.
Yeah, we mentioned Bobby has struggled with leadoff hitters on the season. Tonight, not the case. He has held them to an 0 for 5 as leadoff hitters. But Jordan leading off for the first time has flied out to left and also struck out swinging. Bobby has 7 strikeouts tonight as he works to Jordan to start the bottom of the 6th. On with a 2-0 count. Pretty good swing at that cutter. It's 2-1. He has a season high of 9 strikeouts. That came against the Twins on May the 9th. Had 8 in his last start against the Tigers over 7 innings of 2-run baseball. That one high and wide, and Jordan with a hitter's count. Ivy hasn't been in many hitter's counts. This was 3-1. He had 2 full counts of the first 3 batters. Now just his second 3-ball count since then. That's going to be ball 4, and Jordan's streak of getting on base continues to 25 games. Here's our player to watch, presented by Jack in the Box. How about the combined home run totals of Jordan Alvarez and Christian Walker with 42 leading the way. Then Rice got one today to move that number up 1 for the Yankees. He's up to 38 combined with Judge, who's on the IL. Murakami currently on the IL, and Montgomery with 20 apiece for the White Sox. Christian Walker fouls one back. It's 0-1. By the way, we mentioned that White Sox score earlier. Tigers winning 4-3. We have to congratulate a Houston baseball legendary family. The Cruz family gets a 3rd generation player in the major leagues today, Trey Cruz.
Incredible. Not many families have the ability to say that, but we've got Jose Cruz Sr., Jose Cruz Jr., and now Trey, fittingly, is the 3rd one in there of that Cruz family. So congratulations to Trey. It's been a lot of fun to watch him through Episcopal into Rice, through the minor leagues, getting an opportunity with the Detroit Tigers. He got the start tonight. Didn't go the way he wanted it to, but
they got the dub.
He got to do it in the big leagues, and they got the win. So yeah, got a chance to start in right field. So yeah, can only imagine the man, how many proud papas can you have in one family? But you're heading into Father's Day weekend, and you make a big league roster. So congrats to a very good friend and teammate of Jose Cruz Jr. and Sarah Cruz as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, the whole Cruz family, we are very happy and proud. 5th family with 3 generations of major league players.
Incredible. That's elite.
1 and 2 the count to Christian Walker. And of those other 4 family, you're pretty close with the Boone crew too.
Yeah.
I mean, between Aaron and Brett.
Who? The Boone.
Who's a granddad now?
He's a granddad, yeah. Nick Allen is his son-in-law. Was able to welcome in his new baby girl. But yeah, no, the Boones are great. Again, Aaron is a guy, basically, we grew up together. We went to high school in the same area, played scouting leagues together. He was at USC, I was at Cal, so I got to know them really well. And then obviously through the game, you get to know the extended family a little bit. And I got to know the Boone, play a little golf with them. And then got to catch up with him when he was the hitting coach of the Rangers. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's amazing.
Saw a lot of Bob Boone's games in Philly.
I bet you did in Philly. You probably saw the little Boone running around there.
Oh yeah, he was shagging fly balls when I was back in early BP gate days. Brett at an early age, because he got taught by Tug McGraw how to catch a fly ball behind his back, and Brett at an early age could shag fly balls behind his back.
That explains everything. And I don't doubt that he took great liking to that, doing that frequently.
3-2 pitch sent into right. Watson on the move, backing up, and he'll reach up and make a really nice catch. Not the most direct route. He kind of circled back after he went across, but he made a nice jumping catch. Former infielder turned outfielder makes a good play here on Walker for the first out.
Great job making the adjustment, but had the leap at that last minute to go up there and grab that. Fortunately for Watson and the Guardians, it ended up in the glove, because if that gets over his head, Jordan probably comes around to score. So a nice play, and Bybee appreciates it.
So now Isaac Paredes, who has singled in 2 at-bats, takes a first pitch strike. Seeing a lot of infielders turn outfielders that are making plays.
Yeah, I was heading the same direction you were. Watson, one of those middle infielders that ends up in the outfield.
Seeing Cam Smith and Bryce Matthews excel defensively in that transition. 1-1 the count to Isaac. Isaac hit a home run against Bybee last year, one of just 2 hits for Isaac in 11 career bats against this righty. Hits this ball sharply into left for a base hit. Jordan will go to second. Astros with first and second and 1 out.
Looked like Bybee was trying to go to that outside corner with a sinker, but it came back and caught a lot of the play. Watch the head of the bat of Isaac get out there ahead of home plate. That's what enables him to pull that ball through that 5.5 hole.
Guardians had Matt Festa warming up. Stephen Vogt's going to go to his bullpen here. 2 runners on in a 1-run game. Bybee out of the game in the 6th. $10,000 fans will receive an exclusive City Connect soccer scarf this Sunday, June 21st, presented by Houston Methodist. Get your tickets now at astros.com/promotions.
Oh, how about it? Swedish jersey in the first game. Certificate. Oh, you love it. Yeah, if you're going to travel all that way, you're going to just embrace it. Show up to as many sporting events as you can. Matt Festa now into this game for the Guardians to face Altuve. There we go.
Altuve drills one deep and gone. A three-pointer by Jose Altuve, and the Astros take a 5-3 lead. First pitch from Matt Festa is a 3-run home run.
Finally got a pitch he wanted and didn't miss it. Hitting a laser into that left field corner of the Crawford boxes. Jose Altuve. Not going to be spiking the helmet after this one.
Altuve probably wasn't that disappointed to see Tanner Bibee leave the game. Bibee had given him trouble. Altuve's first hit with a runner in scoring position since the Dodgers game on May 5th. Part of that time he was injured, but he had been battling it in those risky situations, so that has to feel incredible for Altuve. Now a line drive that stays up for Kwan. Yiner hits it very hard, but he's out number 2. We saw Altuve very frustrated his first 2 at bats, so this must feel incredible for him.
Well, don't discount the fact that getting Tanner Bibee out there might change the attitude and the mood completely of Jose Altuve. But he was kind of flailing at some sliders, maybe looking for that fastball, and he got it right there and shot it out into the Crawford boxes.
Altuve's second career home run against Festa. Hit one against him when he was with the Mariners back in 2022, and now gets him tonight. The biggest swing of the night to this point, turning a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead. Hunter Wendelstedt not real happy with that quick pitch from Matt Festa. That'll go down as a no pitch, as he was not engaged with Cam Smith when he threw that pitch home. So it counts 0-1. That second pitch was a non-pitch. Down and away, 1-1.
This is the previous pitch that TK was talking about. Festa was on his own program right there.
Astros hitting the ball hard against Festa. This one's going to be down. Cam Smith has a base hit. The only out recorded by Matt was a line drive that held up for Stephen Kwan. Cam, a 2-out base runner.
Good swing by Cam. Not smashed, but hit well, but a good swing, staying inside that fastball and hitting it up the middle the other way.
It's now a 4-game hitting streak for Cam. Joey Loperfido will bat. Loperfido goes after the first pitch and sends one into left center field. Cam Smith on the move to third. He'll be held up there. Loperfido to second with a double. Astros with 3 hits against Festa, the first 4 batters he's faced.
It's turning into Festivus against Festa.
Feel like they put up some good numbers against him when he was with the Mariners.
Yeah, there is a lot of experience between these two, Festa and the Astros, and the Astros going to school and being aggressive. Some of these pitches have been up. Well, Joey Loperfido has been aggressive and successful with first pitches. Hustle gets those base runners into that second and third situation too. That was nice.
Festa coming in with a 7.02 career ERA against the Astros in 17 games pitched. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
Get fired up with my new Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
So now this would be a big hit here if Myers can come through with a 2-out, 2 RBI base hit. Astros with a 5-3 lead thanks to Jose Altuve looking for more. Jake goes after the first pitch and pops it in the shallow right, coming on Watson, and Khalil will make the catch for the final out. But a big swing gives the Astros the lead.
Altuve was frustrated with the first 2 at-bats, not frustrated anymore. A rocket into the seats for 3. StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, is going to show you the strikeout for Tatsuya Imai. Through 6 innings, has 11 strikeouts, 8 on the slider, 3 on the four-seamer. He gained control, Didn't let that third inning bother him, kept his ball club in the game, and they rewarded him by taking the lead there in the bottom of the 6th inning. But a great outing, a quality start from Tatsuya Imai. Now we're going to see Steven Everyday Okert into this game to get his bullpen leading 35th appearance, 33 1/3 innings, sub-3 ERA for Steven.
What was the nickname he gave us? First Call Steve?
First Call Steve.
First Call Steve's in the game. He joined us in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It was one of the quickest innings of the night. Maybe it was the quickest inning of the night. Let's see, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Now there was 1:4:08, top of the 4th, but
that was way quicker.
And he's got a couple of quick strikes on the pinch hitter, David Fry, in there hitting for Khalil Watson. Fry off the bench, where he is 1 for 9 as a pinch hitter this year, 13 for 77 in his career. Tries to check his swing. That is no swing. And it's 1-2. Imai with an 11 strikeout, no walk game tonight. Matching Spencer Arrighetti for the most strikeouts of any Astros starter this year. That one's off the plate, 2-2. I think when that inning continued and went longer, Joe Espada realized the team had the lead now and didn't want to have Imai go back out there after that long wait. Ended up with 89 pitches. Retired the last 11 he faced. Got him. Okert picks up where Imai left off. Astros getting their 12th strikeout of the night. Astros fans, you can stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. Start streaming today by purchasing the app at SCHNplus.com. Already have Space City Home Network? Download the SCHN Plus app and log in to watch your Astros all season long. Patrick Bailey goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. It's been a roller coaster year for Tatsuya Imai, but today may have been one of the more encouraging outings of the season, especially when you consider the command that he had.
Now, we talked early about how the Guardians can be a patient team and work pitch counts, see a lot of pitches throughout the course of the game. And if you were judging it on some previous performances, you would say they'd be able to wait out Imai and raise that pitch count and maybe knock him out of the game early. But Imai did a great job of being aggressive inside the zone early on and kind of forced the Guardians into swing mode. And if they weren't swinging, they found themselves in those 2-strike counts where they eventually got to be introduced to that wickedly awkward slider of Tatsuya Imai.
Second outing where Imai has not walked anybody. The other one came against the Twins in a rain-shortened game of 4 2/3 innings. Only had 5 strikeouts that night. How about our buddy Okert, who joined us on the broadcast, getting 2 strikeouts out of the pen?
It's always nice when you see a broadcast partner succeed. But he's gotten a couple of strikeouts on his own slider here. A little more traditional sweeper across the bottom part of the zone. And 2 right-handed hitters not being able to go down and get it. 20 whiffs in that game for Imai.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many on the slider?
Just 17. 17 of the 20.
Wow.
On the slider. Threw the slider 51 times. Like 57%.
This is a team that's 5th in the major leagues in walk percentage. They don't strike out much. They're 3rd best in the American League and 6th best in the major leagues in fewest strikeouts.
Yep.
And he did that to them.
And I'd have to go back and check the number. They're not. They're maybe top 10 in hitting breaking balls too.
This ball into left, low Perfido in fair territory. We'll flip it to the fans as the Astros get a 1-2-3 inning out of Steven Okert. Time for the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-3 Houston. 7th inning stretch presented by Texas Mattress Makers.
Time for Get Out and Play, presented by Toyota. We talked about the frustrations early if you missed it. Altuve striking out against Bybee on a high fastball and then taking a fastball in the zone in a 3-2 count. Upset with himself. Bybee out of the game, Festa in, and that baseball was a fastball in, and Altuve turned on it, yanked it into the seats. And the beauty of baseball is the redemption value that it brings with it. And he took every opportunity to put the Astros ahead with that 3-run home run that would have been out of 21 ballparks, hitting it down the line. New pitcher into this game with Festa being knocked out is Daniel Espino, and he can flat bring it.
Jeremy was ready for that first pitch at 98 miles an hour.
More numbers on Espino. 22 games in AAA. You can see a 5.30. This is his second major league appearance, being recalled. Made his debut back on the 17th against Milwaukee.
A pitch in the game Wednesday, and Jeremy greets up with a high fly ball deep to left field. Number 2 for Jeremy Pena tonight. And the Astros lead this game 6-3. Pena's 6th of the year.
Didn't have to hustle out of the box on that one. That was a no-doubter into the Crawford boxes. That deserves a holla, Pena.
Jeremy's 3rd career multi-home run game as he gets one in the 3rd inning against Tanner Bybee and greets Daniel Espino with one here in the 7th.
And a hanging spinner at the top of the zone and mashed it.
Now Espino throws one at 100 miles an hour and gets it by Yordan Alvarez. Espino pitching in his major league debut Wednesday against the Brewers. League leaders presented by Houston Methodist. Yordan in June, no one even close. Luis Arraez 325, Brian Reynolds of the Pirates 324, Yandy Diaz 323. Yordan has them all by a wide margin, 342, minimum of 200 at bats of active players in their career in June.
Up and in. 99.
Out ball into left, dying quickly. Kwan will try to make the catch. It's a base hit. Yordan on base for the 2nd straight time. A ball just in front of Stephen Kwan. He'll be on first base here in the 7th.
A little bit of a dying quail off the bat of Yordan and just off the edge of the glove of Stephen Kwan, who gave it a pretty good effort. He's able to pop up quickly and keep him at first base.
Now Christian Walker 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Espino drops in that big curveball at 75 for a strike 0-1. This ball off the end of the bat. Kwan will come in and make the play for out number 1.
Going back to that Jeremy Pena home run, you'll see under UTMD Anderson strike zone, that is a slider that did not get to where it needed to be, and it got punished. A little more leisurely stroll around the bases for Jeremy, not having to sprint with that high arcing shot into the boxes.
Now Isaac Paredes, the batter. Takes a pitch up for ball 1. Espino was originally drafted by the Guardians out of high school. 1st round pick in the 2019 first-year player draft. Then he had 2 major surgeries back-to-back years. 23 and 24, was completely out of baseball those 2 years with injuries. Only threw in 1 game last year coming off those injuries. Had to repair the shoulder capsule and rotator cuff. Now swing and a miss. Paredes down in the count 1-2. Mike Burrows is warming up in the Astros pen.
Well, we heard from Stephen Okert, first time he's been out there all year. Now
Burrows might be a long guy, but I guess he's going to try and get an inning in here in the 8th.
And it's still a leverage situation, too, with only a 3-run lead. Yeah, you just assume somebody that moves out of the rotation into the bullpen can give you some length, so you maybe use him to protect somebody who has a less than ideal day.
Yeah, the Astros are starting the first of 13 straight games without an off day. Kaiwei Dung, who has been struggling to go deep in games, is starting on Sunday. Paredes goes down here. Espino picks up his first strikeout, second out of the inning.
Join the Astros for Barbie Game Day tomorrow, June 20th. Fans can enjoy Barbie-themed activations located around the ballpark and get a Barbie Game Day Sherpa bag add-on package. Learn more at astros.com/Barbie. Somebody that could use another Barbie bag. I mean, the body language just screams enjoyment.
AJ's like, this was not my lot in life before Santa was here.
He's like, I've been here a while. Throw me a bone here, fellas.
Jose bidding for 2 in a row. Did he get under this one? It's pretty deep to left center. It's got a chance. It's off the top of the wall. Yordan coming around third. Here comes the throw by Rocchio. It's late. Astros lead 7-3. Altuve with an RBI double.
Got a baby 2. Nobody even remembers what he did for the first 2 at-bats, considering what he's done the last 2 at-bats. That ball hit much further than his home run, and it counts for a double. He is dead red right now. He punished 98 miles an hour high off that left field wall. Schneemann gave it a shot, but no chance as it hit the overhang above that Guardians bullpen.
Tuve driving in 4 runs.
Challenging the ball call.
Patrick Bailey is going to challenge that first pitch to Yainer Diaz here. The Guardians have 1 challenge remaining.
To a strike.
Now 0-1 on Yainer. Tuve came in with 16 RBIs on the year, has a 4 RBI game tonight.
Just too bad he's not going to get credit for a hit with a runner in scoring position.
That time, yeah. He did break his streak the previous at bat, but yeah, that one.
Could use some numbers.
That was way up on the left center field wall. Didn't miss a home run by much at all. That gets out in a lot of stadiums.
Yainer's frustrated. He doesn't have a challenge left for that last pitch. It gets out of 8 ballparks.
Okay. That one's wide, 2-2. Yainer's hit the ball hard his last couple of times. A double in the 4th, and he lined out in the 6th. Astros with 3 home runs in the game. Jeremy with 2, Altuve with 1. The double play combo combining for 3 home runs. And 6 runs batted in. Yainer goes down on strikes here, but the Astros add a couple of runs in the 7th.
Big swing off the bat of Jeremy Pena to get things going. His 2nd home run. He can sit back and admire that one. 7-3 Houston. Astros trivia question powered by Reliant. Name the player who played for both Houston and Cleveland and also played in the Final Four, and that player is Kenny Lofton. Got to the Final Four with the University of Arizona, an incredibly talented athlete and very good ball player.
Quite a career accomplishment in both sports as Stephen Okert's back out there for more. He's got 2 lefties and then a switch hitter who hits better as a lefty, so you may want to keep Okert in for the first 3 hitters of the inning. Okert has gone 2 1/3 innings in a recent outing, and in that outing he threw the most pitches he has thrown since he was a Marlin 5 years ago. Pitch is a strike. It's 2-1, so he might go 2 innings today. Okert actually against the Pirates threw 41 pitches over 2 innings. That was his most pitches. Then he went 2 1/3 on the last road trip. So he's becoming a multiple inning guy for Joe Espada.
Just turned himself into a Swiss Army knife out of that bullpen.
Travis Bazzana with a 2-2 count has hit the ball well tonight. A couple of hits and a fly out to deep right. That'll be a strikeout. Bazzana down looking. Okert with 3 strikeouts. Astros now with 14 total. Now this from Buick GMC. Kyle Manzardo 0 for 3 tonight. Manzardo with a little back tightness was originally in the lineup as the first baseman, but they moved him to DH so he didn't have to worry about playing the field tonight, but nothing that kept him out of the lineup, obviously. Doesn't like the slider from Okert. It's 0-2. Okert's a beauty because he can pretty much tell you what's coming. He throws so many sliders.
He does.
%68%. Manzardo has never faced Okert before this at bat. Hits the ball hard to left, backing up Loperfido, and he'll make the play. For out number 2, Okert has retired all 5 batters he has faced. Now Brian Rocchio. Rocchio hitting .237 as a right-hand hitter. .285 as a left-hand hitter. Daniel De Los Santos warming up in the bullpen. This might be the last batter for Okert either way. Like to get 2 perfect innings in the books if he can. Pitch up, it's 1-1. Guardians led this game 3-1 after a 3-run third. Astros have answered with a single run in the third, 3 more in the 6th, and 2 more in the 7th. 6 unanswered runs to lead this game 7-3 in the 8th. Now Okert ahead of the count on Rocchio, 1-2. On the ground, 2 hops for Paredes. Isak makes the throw across, and that'll be another 1-2-3 for Okert. Good job by our second inning analyst. Okert faces 6 batters, retires 6 batters. 7-3 Houston.
Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote. TK.
All right, Julia, on we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Astros lead it 7-3. Cam Smith will lead off facing a new lefty for the Guardians.
A good lefty, too. Eric Sabrowski coming into this game for his 26th appearance. There you see the great ERA, 1.71. 39 strikeouts in 21 innings. Activated again today. Overall in the season, opponents hitting 101 against him. It's not bad.
No, this isn't the typical time that Stephen Vogt would use him, but just coming off the IL, wants to get him some work here in this game. Just one rehab assignment for Sabrowski before being activated today with left elbow inflammation. He faces Cam Smith, and a pinch hitter for Joey Loperfido to be Bryce Matthews. Jake Myers due up third in the inning. Sobrowski's only come into one game this year where his team has been trailing prior to tonight. That was a 2-run deficit. So his first time off the IL will be in a -4 situation, but Guardians so happy to have their lefty back as their setup guy for Cade Smith. That one's fouled back, 2-2. Cam is 1 for 3 with a single his last time up. Astros now with 10 hits in the game. The Guardians with 6 hits. They've been sitting on 6 hits since the Rhys Hoskins home run back in the 3rd that made it a 3-1 game. Tatsuya Imai retired the last 11 he faced, and Steven Okert retired all 6 he faced. Astros have Mike Burrows warming up again. I would think once he gets up a second time, he's going to come into the game.
Yeah, that would be the polite thing to do.
Burrows, not quite a save situation, but might get the 9th inning in his first bullpen game of the year.
He socked. Cam spun around that slider a long way.
He hit that far, didn't he?
It says 410 feet on StatCast, but I feel like that thing was still going. It was 113 off the bat.
Wow. Just staying alive on that curveball, stays at 3-2. So Sobrowski, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Guardians. Astros taking the lead against Matt Festa and adding to the lead against Daniel Espino last inning. This ball drilled deep down the left field side. Another Esoc special. That's on the train tracks and back into the crowd.
Wow. There's a mild 396 as far as distance. His StatCast is correct, but he is peppering just left of that left field foul pole. There was another slider. That was the same one he hit foul earlier.
No way he's going to get another slider. And he ends up walking on the fastball in. Good at bat there by Cam. Time to reveal the winner of tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. We asked you of the injuries around the league, which one will have the biggest impact, and Aaron Judge gets 54% of the vote. Jose Ramirez 35%, thanks to those who voted in tonight's Stroh poll. Here's Bryce Matthews having a good year as a pinch hitter. He's 4 for 7 with a pinch hit home run. As he's pinch hitting here for Joey Loperfido. Loperfido ended the night 1 for 3 with a double. Bryce will undoubtedly stay in and play left field in the 9th inning. Now Bryce down in the count 0-2. Oh, Cam's going to try to advance, and he will, on a pitch that was as close to the grass dirt cutout as it was to home plate.
Now that one beat Bailey up a little bit. Wow, pitch way out in front of home plate.
Can't even see where it lands.
No. StatCast says it was a curveball. You could see the spin on it, but just had no chance to do anything. And he held on to it that long.
Now a 1-2 count for Bryce. Called third. Matthews down looking. Sobrowski picking up a strikeout for the first out in the 8th.
This week on Astros Bases Loaded, we chart a big week for Astros Yordan Alvarez and Hunter Brown. Take you inside the Astros daily prep work with infield coach Tony Perez-Chica and have a little fun ahead of Father's Day by finding out if the guys can tie a tie. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded after the postgame show.
Jake Myers takes a breaking ball down for ball 1. We don't wear ties as much anymore, but I'm curious how many of the Astros. What's that?
Have you lost the feel for it?
No, I can still tie one.
Yeah, me too.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all those years, right?
Yeah, eyes closed.
We still have ties on opening day, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I'm curious how many Astros players can tie ties, because ties are kind of slowly fading away from the sartorial splendor of
dressing,
today's fashion styles. Yeah,
I agree. And they can probably afford to pay somebody to tie it for them.
I don't know about that. But yeah, it's
I'd give you $20 to tie my tie.
I mean, and then throw it around your neck.
Yeah, just loop it around the neck, tighten it up, and good to go. Might be a little short.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll be up halfway up your chest. 1-2, now 2-2 the count on Jake.
I know you remember this, but I vividly remember being a young ball player and having to go suit and tie on flights.
Oh yeah. I think hockey players still do.
That's why they play so hard.
This ball hit well in the left center field. That's going to score a run. Jake Myers delivers an RBI double. In to score Cam Smith, and the Astros lead it 8-3.
Good swing from Jake. He got a four-seam fastball down and in and torched it into that left center field gap. There you see it, four-seamer center cut. And that was barreled by Jake. Nice, well-struck line drive. No chance for Schneemann as it jumped up over the fence.
Again, not a normal spot to bring in Sobrowski, but they want to get him some work off the IL. Gives up a run to the 3 batters he faces, still responsible for the runner on second. New pitcher when we come back.
Here we are, bottom of the 8th, 1 out. They've knocked Sobrowski out of this game. Still responsible for that runner at second base. Sean Armstrong will be that pitcher for the Guardians. He's appeared in 22 games, pitched in 20 innings. Has 22 strikeouts to 10 walks on the season for the right-hander.
First batter he will face is Jeremy Pena, already with 2 home runs tonight. Pena takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Jeremy hit one out against Tanner Bybee in the 3rd inning, and then hit one out against Daniel Espino in the 7th inning. Now he's going to call timeout here in an 0-1 count. Pena's faced Armstrong twice in his career. He's walked once and he struck out once. Taps this one foul, and it's 0-2. Pitcher number 5 on the night for Stephen Vogt and the Guardians. Tanner Bybee started. Matt Festa came on in the 6th. Daniel Espino pitched the 7th. Eric Sobrowski and now Sean Armstrong in the 8th. Jake Myers with a double. Everybody's been on base tonight now for the Astros, and 8 of the 9 have had hits. Only Christian Walker, who drew a walk and scored the first run of the night, has not had a hit in the starting lineup. 11 hits overall. Pena with 2 home runs. Altuve with a home run and a double. And Isaac Paredes is the other batter with 2 hits.
What's going on?
What's happening with Jeremy?
Man. Am I the only one that gets queasy when we start seeing trainers come out of the dugout these days? I mean, man.
You're not the only one.
I hope he's okay.
Well, I didn't even notice anything.
Yeah, Joe came out of the dugout and he kind of had that conversation. Yeah. Still swinging it.
He called time after the first pitch.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like he put his head down and asked Hunter for time.
Chase that fastball up.
Oh, he seems to be fine.
That's okay.
Base hit to right. Here comes the throw by David Fry. Jake Myers will score. The throw is cut off, and Pena's going to win the race back to the bag. RBI single, and he's still safe.
That's on your second baseman right there. Travis Bazzana needs to be covering that first base bag to be able to get that runner off. You'll see it right here on our wire cam presented by Defy. Watch Travis Bazzana in the middle just stand there and buy a ticket. Great job from Jeremy drawing that throw and allowing Myers to score easily. And you could see the first baseman cutting that ball off, trying to get Jeremy Pena out. But there was nobody covering first base because the second baseman didn't do his job and get over there and cover first.
Astros have taken advantage of an error earlier in this game for a run, and now mental mistake to keep Pena on the base. It's now a 9-3 game with Jordan batting, down on the count 0-2. Jordan's been on base the last two times with a walk and a single. He has scored both times. Team leading 52 runs scored now for Jordan.
Jordan's been on base twice and probably feels left out of all this fun.
He has never faced Shawn Armstrong before. Pitches up, 1-2 to Jordan. Oh, Jeremy with a 3 RBI night, a couple of solo home runs, and now an RBI single. Jose Altuve, a 4 RBI night, a 3-run home run and an RBI double. Double play combos knocked in 7 of the 9 runs. The other runs driven in by Jake Myers this inning, and the other one scored on an error.
It's kind of nice to see. It's good to see that lineup depth. We've seen so many different variations, but the two constants as far as RBIs have been Alvarez and Walker. And they don't have any RBIs.
Yeah, this might be the high run total without either one of them knocking in a run. And Jordan won't knock in a run here as he goes down on strikes. Armstrong picks up a strikeout for out number 2. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Again, tomorrow is a Fox game. We'll be back on the air Sunday with our pregame show at 12:30. Kaiwei Dung against Slade Ciccone. That'll wrap up this 3-game series against the Guardians and wrap up this 6-game homestand. Now a pitch called a strike at the top of the zone. Christian Walker, the batter. Walker has 1 career hit against Armstrong and 9 at bats. It was a home run. That was when Armstrong was with the Rangers. That's off the plate, 1-1. Mike Burrows has had plenty of warm-up tosses over the last 2 innings. He's ready for his first relief appearance of the year. Burrows did pitch out of the bullpen 5 times in his career with the Pirates, once in his debut in 2024 at Yankee Stadium, and then 4 times last year. He's about to make his first relief appearance in an Astros uniform with the Astros up 6. Walker skies one down the right field line. Fry giving it a look, and it's out of play.
Yeah, Burrows could throw about 65 pitches down that bullpen and still be ready to go.
Yeah. And again, Joe Espada has said this is probably just for this series, and we'll regroup and see where we are after this series. But they wanted to give Burrows 1 time off through the rotation. Christian got under it, popped it into left. Steven Kwan is there. And that'll do it for the Astros in the 8th. But they add 2 more runs. An RBI double by Jake Myers and an RBI single by Jeremy Pena. It's 9-3. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By Yellowwood, brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. And by Jack in the Box. Get fired up with a Hot Ones Munchie Meal.
There he is, Mike Burrows in the rotation most of the year with the Astros for 14 starts. This will be his first appearance in an Astros uniform out of that bullpen. He's allowed 18 home runs in that time, 65 strikeouts in those 14 starts. They're trying to shut down the top of the 9th against the Guardians. It gets a quick out.
Pop up. The new second baseman, Reynel Delgado, will give way to Jeremy Pena, who makes the catch. Delgado now in at second base for Jose Altuve. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Our best in Texas power pitcher is presented by Ford, and tonight it was Tatsuya. Astros season high in strikeouts as you go across that line. Score of 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. That's a quality start. 0 walks, 11 strikeouts in 89 pitches. That was a beautiful outing for Imai, who also incorporated 20 whiffs, 17 of them on the slider.
Wow, what a night.
Yeah.
Last time an Astros pitcher had 11 strikeouts or more without a walk was in 2024. When his fellow countryman Yusei Kikuchi struck out 12 without a walk against Kansas City.
You don't say.
August 31st of 2024. Down goes Schneemann. Mike Burrows looking good out of the pen. A 3-pitch strikeout after a 1-pitch pop-up.
Did a good job to get to that changeup. Changeup is a good pitch for Mike Burrows.
Burrows' last appearance as a Pirate, September 26th of 25, was a relief appearance, and now his first appearance out of the Astros pen. Trying for a 1-2-3 inning. Astros pitching has now retired 19 in a row since a Rhys Hoskins home run in the 3rd. That streak is going to be over with a ball just fair down the right field line. Arias into second, and he's going to have a double, 2-out base runner for the Guardians. Their first hit since a home run in the 3rd.
Pretty good run by Astros pitching. Slider down, shot the other way. And again, our aerial coverage is brought to you by Defy.
Petey Halpin's going to be on as a pinch hitter for David Fry. Fry came on as a pinch hitter for Khalil Watson and played a couple of innings in right field, and now he will be pinch hit for. Halpin is, as you can see, 0 for 4 in his career and 0 for 3 this year as a pinch hitter. Now facing Mike Burrows. Burrows' lowest pitch count of any outing this year has been 87 pitches. This is a broken bat looper. Can Pena get there? Yes, he can! What a play by Jeremy to end a spectacular night. 2 home runs, an RBI single, and the play of the night to end the game.
Absolutely incredible. There's nothing this guy can't do, and he had himself a heck of a night. Multi-home run and a highlight reel catch to finish off a great win for the Astros, who had 12 hits, scoring 9 runs.
Maybe that turns the fortunes around for Burrows. He's given up so much weak contact for hits this year, and that looked like it was going to be an RBI single for the longest time, until Pena came out of nowhere with that great catch.
Yeah, this is what you call closing speed, isn't it? Over the shoulder, he had to get back there and pick up Mike, not giving up on it because the score. Just continue to play the game hard. We have seen him do nothing but hustle in his career as an Astro, and a great play.
Astros are back within 5 games of 500 for the first time since they were 8-13. That was all the way back in early April, in mid-April rather, on April the 17th. Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder, Brian Bogusevic, your host. Julia helping out with interviews. Postgame show coming up next.